Hi Hal. First video I was explain about how the Angular application we are working by using Jasmine. For giving the example, basic it will work by using Jasmine and Karma. But here I am going to explain how Angular application is work by using Jasmine and Karma. How it will work and then how the spec file we need to create. How we are writing a test cases by using syntax. So I will explain this video. Jasmine is already I discussed about that. Jasmine is a framework we are going to use to create our test. It has a bunch of functionality to allow us the right different kinds of test. Karma is a task runner for our task test. It is uses a configuration file in order to set the startup file and reporter and the testing framework, the browser among the other things. I will explain. I will taken an one karma file. What and all karma file we are using for testing the application. I will explain this video. Here in that karma file we are importing all the dependencies here. So for that we are adding uh, plugins, auto watch, framework and browser, everything we are imported. This framework we are what will do, this is where Jasmine gets set a testing framework. If you want to use another framework, this is the place to do it in a framework section. So we are setting Jasmine as a framework. So reporter, there is a where you set the properties. This is a reporters, we are setting the properties. You can change them if you want to new one you need to add. Auto watch, what will happen? Auto watch, this is set to true. The test run in the watch mode. If you change any test and save the file test, rebuild and rerun by using auto watch. And then browser, why we are using browser, this is where we set the browser where the test should run. For example, we are testing the Chrome and IE. So if you define as a Chrome, it will run it in Chrome system only, Chrome browser. And if it is a default is a Chrome, but you can install, you can use the other browser launcher also. For that, if you want to give any other browser, if you want to install, and then you need to give. This is a karma file, we are importing all the dependencies. I will explain the I am taking a one component. There is a multiple component is there. This is a app. Inside app there is a about, add, banner, and then dashboard, demo, hero component is there. So I will take a example as a hero component. I will give a is a multiple already I discussed it in the first video. If you go through the first video, we'll get how multiple component is there, how we will work particular component. I was explained already. So in this component I am taking a hero component. So in this hero component is already in this comma Jasmine, it will already all the application is running, all the components is running, but I need to test for the hero component. For that, what I did, I am giving f describe for hero editor spec.ts. So what will happen if I give a f describe before describe, if I denoted array of only hero component which will run. See, id name, I will show what under the id name they are using. HTML file I will show. See, they are using id name. So it is displaying here, it is testing only hero details component.ts. If any component, in any component you need to test, in particular component you need to test. For that, if you need to go for spec.ts and then before describe you need to give a f. So f it will consider as a priority on that component. First, what we need to do if you test for a component spec.ts, I will open spec.ts. Yeah, this is a spec.ts. Here we are importing all the dependencies, component, fixture, test bud, this and all we are importing. If you want to import as a client module, HTTP client testing module, you can implement. And then if you want to implement a services, you can implement in this service if they are using in that component. So I am testing spec.ts in a hero detail component at spec.ts. First test we checking the component. So we are checking the component. What we are checking actually it contains the expected text in the title property. So what we are testing in component, what we are giving in that component ts, that will be saved it in the component. First we need to instance of the app component. For that we can use create a component function of angular test bud. Angular test bud we are creating here. As a result we get a fixture object. As a result we will get as a fixture object. See here we are defining a component fixture is this here detail component. This component we are giving as a fixture component fixture object that is going to allow us to create an instance of that component. Now that we have one instance of our component, we can check the value in the text property and make a Jasmin expect to be equal to the expected value. See already I describe what will do. I was explained describe function what it will test the collections of individual test cases, and it what will do, it contains one more test expectation it will there. So this and all they are defined the syntax it and expect what will describe the piece of behavior in the application, it will describe. So many conditions there are so many test cases writing by using it, like that we are explained here. A second test something is similar but it checks the DOM renders of the text property. Text property it will check by using this. After testing by using ng test coverage report, if I give as a command tool, it will give as a this tool this browsing window. This browsing window what will do, it will give Jasmin window. It is successfully running without any error. So if it your test cases is fast. So for that we are giving id and name. If you if we need other component like you need to test, we need to define the other component as like I will take a dashboard component. What will happen in the dashboard spec file, I will give given as a before describe, I will given as a f. See here no errors it is found, so only it is so like this we need to test so if it is a multiple in one application there is a multiple component is there, if we test in the particular component, for that we need to use for f describe for in a particular component. So then it will give us as a test case result in a easy way. And then I already explained as a component of fixture how it is working, how we are taking the component, how we are importing the dependencies, how karma file it is work. If it is what and all browser window we need to give, what and all auto match and framework what their Jasmin we are using, like that it will work. And then in command prompt we need to run ng test, it will given as a result in a what under test case we are writing in according to the component conditions. So like that we are working this video. I think you got all it is working in angular Jasmin test cases, how to writing a unit test cases by using Jasmin and Karma. So that's all in this video. If you like this video, please do subscribe and share. Thank you so much.